Ba-da-bum, 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 ba-da-bum.
All right, week 17, the regular season comes to an end, and thank God. I mean, geez, gotta get this season over with already. I mean, I know we still got the playoffs and the Super Bowl, but this regular season's got to come to an end already. Because enough's enough. But let's just get to it. The early games on Sunday. Everybody's playing on Sunday this week. Obviously, no Thursday or Saturday games, so we just knock it out on Sunday. Early games. Let's get the garbage out of the way first. Cleveland's at Cincinnati. I'll take the Bengals because the Browns. I mean, what better way to cap this season than to lose to a 1-14 team? The Jets are at Buffalo. Buffalo's going to be dangerous in the playoffs. The Jets, listen, the Jets have played okay of late. I'll take the Bills to win, even though they're probably going to be resting some people. But that game doesn't mean anything. You get Green Bay's at Detroit. Green Bay's still has a shot at home field. They'll keep that streak alive, at least by getting a win here. I forget what else they need to happen. But they'll get the win at Detroit. The Chargers are at Kansas City. Chiefs probably stuck in the 3 seed because New England's not going to lose to Miami. But Kansas City will get the win against the Chargers. New England's home against Miami. They're going to beat Miami. There's no way that New England's losing this game when there's a bye on the line. Chicago's at Minnesota. Minnesota's locked into the 6th seed. Chicago is locked into the draft next year. I'll take Minnesota in that one. But again, a meaningless ball game. And then you get Atlanta at Tampa Bay. I'll take the Buccaneers. Famous Jameis needs 2 more interceptions to be the first guy with 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in the same year. So we're all rooting for that. A piece of history. And then last game early Sunday, you get New Orleans at Carolina. New Orleans still also, I believe, has a shot at home field. And they're going to be playing all their starters, obviously. And Carolina has been done for weeks. So we'll take the Saints in that one. All right, you get the late games on Sunday afternoon. Again, let's just plow through the trash here real quick. Oakland's at Denver. Oakland can actually still get in the playoffs. They need to win. Tennessee and Pittsburgh has to lose, and then some strength of victory stuff has to happen. It doesn't matter because Oakland's going to find a way to lose this game. I'll take the Broncos. Arizona's at the Rams. Defending NFC champs wrap up a disappointing regular season by lighting up the Cardinals. Indianapolis is at Jacksonville. I'll take Jacksonville here. I don't know what's happened to the Colts, but they I can't remember the last time they won a game. And then let's see, you get Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Pittsburgh needs the game to get in the playoffs. Baltimore's going to be resting everybody. But I'm still going to take Baltimore here at home because Pittsburgh's just depleted. Tennessee's at Houston. This could have been a bigger game, but division's not on the line here. Tennessee needs to just win and get in. I'll take the Titans to win this game because Houston can't really improve their playoff position. They're locked into either the 3 or the 4. So I imagine that they're going to ease up on this one. Tennessee needs the game. I'll take the Titans in this one. And then that leaves us 2 late afternoon games on Sunday. The only drama left as far as the last playoff spot in the NFC. You get the Eagles at the Giants and the friggin' Redskins at Dallas. And listen, it really doesn't matter if the Cowboys can somehow get a miracle here. Although I don't know that the Giants beating the Eagles is going to be that big of a miracle because the Giants can put up points on offense. They almost beat them in Philly a couple weeks ago. And the Eagles are still hurting as far as injuries are concerned, which against a regular team, should be a detriment. But of course, the Cowboys couldn't take advantage of that last week. And listen, what a disgusting year, and it needs to be over. This will be Jason Garrett's last game, unless they somehow get into the playoffs, and then that'll be his last game. But it's just I mean, and listen, I know Cowboy fans have been wanting to get rid of Garrett for a while, but I mean, you know, I don't know if they've had a compelling reason, except maybe after 2013. 2013 is probably when they should have got rid of him, because that was the third year where they finished 8-8. They lost the last game of the year to get into the playoffs and lost to all three of the division rivals. 13 was probably the year that they should have got rid of him, but they didn't. And then 14 they had a good year. They got they had the playoff game where they beat Detroit. They came back, and then they had the tough loss with the Des no call. So you weren't going to get rid of Garrett after 14 because you kind of feel like you had something taken away from you there. 15 Romo gets hurt, and they end up landing Zeke in the draft. So you weren't getting rid of Garrett after 15. And in 16 they have the great year with the rookies Dak and Zeke, and again tough playoff loss to Green Bay. If the 16 team had done that with Romo and the regular crew, then maybe after 16 you make the argument to get rid of Garrett, but with those two rookies and things looking like they're trending upward, Jerry wasn't gonna disrupt it then. 17 was kind of a missed year because of the Zeke suspension that kind of hung over the team for most of the year. Again, after 17, it's tough to get rid of them. And then 18, again, they have a good season. They win the division. They win another playoff game. They get a tough loss in L.A. And again, it looks like you're trending in the right direction going into 19. And then this happens. So, again, it's kind of amazing that Garrett's been here for 10 years. And looking back, he probably should have been gone sooner. But really, if you go year by year, 13 is probably the year that it would have made sense to get rid of him, because each year after that it was like, well, we had this or the other thing, whatever. But now he's gone after this year. I mean, even if he wins the Super Bowl, you gotta get rid of him. But of course, that's not going to happen. But anyway, let's get to these two games here. Listen. I'm not one of these fans that is going to purposely root against their team because we have to get rid of the coach. I think it's a foregone conclusion at this point. Although you never know with Jerry, but listen, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to root for the Cowboys to win, and I'm going to do the rare thing and root for the Giants to win. It'll be weird because they're both playing at the same time, so depending on what's going on, it's going to change your view of the other game. I think the Giants can do it. Obviously I'm a homer, trying to get the root for the Cowboys to get what's going to be a worthless playoff spot anyway. But you only get so many chances at these things, and you can't just give up on a season, even though it's time to get rid of the coach. I'm gonna pick the Giants to beat Philly. Their offense can move the ball. Their offense can score points. That's not the part we're worried about. It's what's going to happen on defense, but Philly might have celebrated a little too early last week, and rightfully so. I mean, they got the win; they needed the win, obviously. But let's see if there's not maybe a little bit of a let up against a spunky Giants team. But who knows? And then, of course, obviously we got to pick the Cowboys to beat Washington. And again, the way these Cowboys have played has been disgusting for most of the year. You coming off, you've lost 8 of your last 12 games, but they'll get the win over Washington. They'll put up a bunch of stats, and it'll be hollow. Depending on what's going on with the Eagles and the Giants. I mean, especially if the Eagles get up to an early lead, and then Cowboys will be putting up points, and it's not going to matter. I mean, Garrett's going to be clapping, like they're still in it. But long story short, I'm gonna pick the Cowboys. I'm gonna pick the Giants. Because I want my team in the playoffs. Who doesn't? So there's that. And then there's the Sunday night game, the big one there, 49ers at Seattle. You don't like what happened with Seattle last week. I mean, a weird loss at home to Arizona. The running back situation suddenly deteriorated where they had to get Marshawn Lynch out of retirement. It might be inspirational to see him on the sideline, see him in the ball game on Sunday night, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I want to pick San Francisco in this game, but I I just got a feeling Seattle's going to find a way to pull this one out. I don't know what I'm basing that on, other than the greatness that is Russell Wilson. Because even their receivers. I mean, DK Metcalf didn't have a target last week. Lockett's been struggling. Again, they've got no running game. I mean, everything on paper says the 49ers should win this game, but I just got a weird feeling Seattle's going to pull out some magic here to end the season, end up winning the division, and then Seattle still has a shot for the bye as well. Again, depending on what Green Bay and New Orleans do. But I'll take Seattle in this game, which should be a nice cap to kind of a lackluster Week 17. Really, I mean, most of these games garbage. I mean, even the games that really matter, the NFC East games. You're looking at a 8-8 or a 9-17 getting in the playoffs there. So, what are you gonna do with that? But anyway, there it is, Week 17. Enough's enough. Garrett's last regular season game, probably last game ever. As coach of the Cowboys, and good. We need to get a new decade started and try to get this thing right. So there you go. We'll see you Sunday for the Cowboy game, and then there it is, Week 17.